welcome back to Tyla's Tank Center. Hey, I'm so excited for this video, and it's going to be more of like a sit down and talk video, but it's going to be exciting, so you guys should really watch it. Today is going to be my 1 year anniversary of having fish. Now, the reason why I'm doing this video is because I have had fish for 1 year. That's a long time of having fish. And I've gone through a lot of changes. I started with 1 tank and ended up with 4. So it's been a long journey, and I thought I'd just share it with you guys, like just showing you where I started and how I have gotten to where I am today. And I'm just going to be showing you guys some things that I have learned throughout having fish. Anyways, if you guys want to see this video, you should totally stay tuned. Starting off, I just wanted to tell you guys why I got into fish keeping, because I have gotten asked that question a good amount of times. I started getting into fish simply because I just thought fish were really cool. My uncle had a 200-gallon cichlid tank. My neighbors had fish. A lot of people I had seen had fish, and I just thought it'd be kind of cool to start getting them. So I went to Walmart with my parents, and I saw this 3-gallon tank. And my idea was I was going to get 2 betta fish. That was so ridiculous, you guys. I had known nothing about fish. Obviously I didn't. I was going to put 2 male betas together, and luckily my parents said, no, just go home and do some research first, and then we'll come back tomorrow and get you a tank. Okay, fine. So we went home, I did some research, and figured out I cannot put 2 male betas together, and I decided I wanted to get goldfish. So we went back the next day, and I was going to get the same 3-gallon tank, and I was going to fill it with like 3 goldfish, and my brother Gabe was getting a 10-gallon tank, and he was going to get like baby cichlids from our neighbors, and then I moved mine up to a 5-gallon. So I decided I was going to get a 5-gallon instead. You want to check out at Walmart, and the 10-gallon is $2 more than the 5-gallon. So what did Tyla do? I decided to go and get the 10-gallon starter kit instead of the 5-gallon one. Now, I don't know what day that was, but I got my fish a couple weeks later, which is February 13th, which is today. This is how my tank looked, as you can see in this picture here. I got my fish about a week later, which is today, a year ago, February 13th, and I got a fantail named Nigel, a blackmore named Shaq, and a shabunkin named Curry, I believe is what I named him. Those fish did not last, and I went through a couple of months getting new fancy goldfish. I went through a ton of fancy goldfish. I feel so bad. I killed so many of them. I feel really bad now, but there's nothing I can do about it. Soon after that, I wanted a betta fish because I was going to originally get bettas, but I didn't. So I ended up wanting to get a betta fish. So when I was at Petco, supposed to be getting more fancy goldfish, I saw this beautiful betta, and this is what he looked like when I first got him, which was beautiful. I honestly, looking back, he wasn't the fish I would have chosen today. He has changed so much, but this is what he looked like when I first got him, and I just had to have him. So I bought him with a half-gallon tank. I know, sorry, a half-gallon, and I took him home. I think about a week after that, Gabe, his tank, he had a cichlid tank. His tank was about halfway filled with water. Heater wasn't working, his fish have died, there was algae covered in the tank, and my parents said that he was gonna have to get rid of the tank. And I said, hey, I'll take the tank. I've taken good care of my fish. I'll take the tank. That's how this tank came to be. So I went to a local pet store and bought all new plants and decorations for the tank, and that's how I got this tank. So a couple of weeks after having this tank and my other 10-gallon was a goldfish tank and a half-gallon betta fish tank, I thought, Mom, Charlie, who is the one in the half-gallon, needs a bigger tank. Now, I read somewhere that male bettas can live with other fish, so I decided to put Charlie into this tank, which was empty, and go and get some guppies for him to live with. That did not work out. He hated the guppies, so I moved him back into the half-gallon. Shortly after that, I thought Charlie still needed a bigger tank. So I went to Petland, I believe it was, and I bought a 2.5-gallon tank for him and some new decorations and gravel. And I put him in there, and he was very happy in that tank. Then I decided to change this tank into a sorority. Now, in the process of changing this tank into a sorority, I had given away that old half-gallon tank Charlie was originally in. Now, at this point, I was turning this into a sorority. I had the 2.5-gallon tank for Charlie, and this was the goldfish tank. Now, in the process of making this sorority, I had a female that it wasn't working out. Her name was Jules, and I had another beta in here named Scarlett, who I no longer have. She was just being really mean to her, so I had to get her a new tank. And it was a 1-gallon Aqua Mini Bowl 1. Then I got a new beta to put in there because Jules sadly passed away, and I put Kyrie in there, and now that tank was just disgusting. I had too much algae growth, so I threw that tank out, and I no longer have it. Then I decided I don't really want any goldfish anymore. My cousin wanted goldfish, who is Finley and Gilbert. I had a video on that on my channel a couple of weeks ago. I'll leave it in the description. I gave those goldfish dirt and changed this tank into a divided betta fish tank. And that tank is still how it looks today. This is what it looks like. It's very pretty. I really like the way it turned out. Then, oh my goodness, this video is going to be really long. Then I desperately needed a hospital tank for Mandy. By the way, if you guys didn't know, Mandy sadly passed away a couple of weeks ago because of fin rot. I needed a hospital tank, so I decided to use the 2.5 gallon as a hospital tank, and I bought my brand new 5.5 gallon tank. And this is what it looks like today. Wow guys, I am so sorry. This video is probably going to be really long. I'm sorry if you like weren't completely following me with everything. I kind of was like all over the place, so I'm sorry about that. But here I am today. I started off with a 10 gallon goldfish tank, one tank, and now I have 4 different tanks, so that is really cool to see how far it has come over this past year. It went by really quick, and there's been a lot of things that have changed. So I hope you guys like this video. It's not something that I usually do on my channel, but I hope you guys liked it anyway. And if you did, let me know by liking this video, leaving a comment in the comment section below, and subscribe to my channel, Tyla's Tank Center, for more videos like this one. Also, please leave some video suggestions down in the description, and please allow me to get to 200 subscribers. We are almost there. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!